So, question number 8. If x is equal to 80 square and y is equal to 580, then find d square x by dy square. Mind well, this is given is d square x by dy square, and we are used to for dy by dx whole square, right? So this is different. So x is equal to, first question, x is equal to 80 square. So differentiating this function with respect to x, t, that is, this implies dx by dt is equal to twice 80, and y is twice 80 given. So y is equal to twice 80. Y is equal to twice 80. So this implies dy by dt is equal to twice a. Dy by dt is equal to twice a. Right? So first of all, we have to find out d square xy dy square. So dx by dy is equal to dx by dt is this, that is twice 80, upon dy by dt is twice a. So answer will be answer will be t. So dx by dy is t. So therefore d square x by dy square is equal to dy of dx by dy, that is dy of t. But this is a function of t, and we have to differentiate with respect to y. So applying chain rule, we get d by dt of t into dt by dy, and derivative of t is 1, and multiply by dt by dy, that is reciprocal of dy by dt. So dy by dt is reciprocal, that is 1 upon twice a, means your final answer is 1 upon twice a, that is option D. So option D is your correct answer, right? Next question, integration x into e raised to power x square into log 2, this x square into log 2 are in power, into e raised to x square dx, right? So second question, that is 9th question, sorry, this is 9 and this is 8. So 9th question, I is equal to integration x into e raised to x square log 2, x square log 2 into e raised to x square dx is given, right? Now we have one formula of logarithmic function, that log x raised to n is n log x. Log x raised to n is n log x. So taking this x square to the power, right, what we get here, e raised to log 2 raised to x square, right? And you will also have one formula, e raised to log x base e, means both base are same, then answer is x. So here is e base, here is also e base, so answer of this is 2 raised to x square. So now I am writing this directly here. Your I will be integration x into 2 raised to x square into e raised to x square dx. This is your I. Now 2 is constant, a is constant. That is a raised to variable, that is constant raised to variable formula, a raised to x, and integration of a raised to x dx, you know, integration a raised to x dx is a raised to x upon log a base e, that you know. So assuming x square is equal to t, what we get? Assuming x square is equal to t, we get twice x dx is equal to dt, that is x dx is equal to dt by 2. So substituting this x dx, this is as dt by 2. So your I will be 1 upon 2 integration, this is 2 raised to t into e raised to t, and x dx is dt by 2. So I am writing 1 upon 2 here. So this is constant, this is constant. So can we write like this? I wish to write this, right? So this is this. Now a raised to x. So integration of this is 1 upon 2 a raised to x, that is twice e raised to t whole upon log a, that is log twice c plus c. Now applying separate power, this is 2 raised to t into e raised to t whole upon, this is 1 upon 2, so 1 upon 2 as it is, 1 upon 2. Now log ab, you know log ab is log a into b is log a plus log b. So applying that formula here, what we get? Log 2 plus log e, so log 2 plus log e, and log e is 1 and t is x square. So your final answer will be 2 raised to x square into e raised to x square whole upon 2 times log 2 plus 1, 2 times log 2 plus 1, that is your answer is option A, right? So option A is your correct answer, right? Now for solving this example, no need to write this type of all step. You can compare from here also with option that this is your answer, then 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 2 is only one option is 1 upon 2. So you can directly tick mark this option and save the time. Now question number 10. Integration 1 upon x minus 3 minus integration x square minus 3x dx. Right? So I'm writing separately, this is 1 upon x minus 3 dx. Right? Minus integration, if we take x common from here, then denominator will be x into x minus 3. Right? So denominator is x into x minus 3 dx. Now we are not able to integrate this function. Okay, this is fine. Derivative of the denominator is in numerator. The answer is log mod. So similarly, if you want to get here this formula, then you have to x minus 3 in numerator. So I am writing x minus 3. But in numerator, here is only 1 and we get x minus 3. That means we have to subtract x also. So subtracting x, that is x minus, can I write this? Then this become x will be cut, minus minus plus 3 means we are multiplying by 3, so we have to divide by 3 also. So this is 1 upon 3, right? So writing separately this integration, this is integration 1 upon x minus 3 dx. This is bifurcating this, x will cut, so 1 upon x minus 3 and 1 upon 3 is coefficient, so 1 upon 3 into 1 upon into 1 upon x minus 3 dx, right? This minus minus plus 1 upon 3, x minus 3 will be cut, so answer is 1 upon x. So this is 1 upon 3 integration 1 upon x dx, right? Now this 1 minus 1 upon 3, this is 1, this is 1 upon 3, so 1 minus 1 upon 3 is 2 by 3. So answer of this is integration 2 by 3 integration 1 upon x minus 3 dx. And this is as usual 1 upon 3 integration 1 upon x dx, right? So answer of this is derivative of the denominator is in numerator, then integration is log of denominator. So answer will be 2 by 3 log of mod x minus 3 plus 1 upon 3, and answer of this is well known formula log mod x plus c. Now log a plus log b is log a into b. And if we take 2 by 3 common, then we have to divide by 2 here. So taking 2 by 3 common, this is 2 by 3 integration, 2 by 3 into bracket, integration is over, log a plus b, that is log x minus 3 plus 1 upon 2 log mod x and plus c. Now you have log formula of power rule, log x raised to n is n log x. So taking these two power, that means this is x raised to half and x raised to half is root x, and log a plus log b is log ab. So your answer will be 2 by 3 log modulus of x minus 3, and this is root x and plus c. So proper answer will be 2 by 3, only 2 by 3 this and this, but here is only x, and this is containing root x. So answer will be, proper answer is option number C. That is option C is correct answer. Right? Now next question number 11. So question number 11 is, what is the mean of the fx is equal to 3x plus 2? Mean of the fx is equal to 3x plus 2. That is expectation of 3x plus 2. And you know answer of this is 3 times expectation of x plus 2. 3 times expectation of x plus 2. Now we have to find out expectation of x. And you know formula for expectation of x is expectation of x is equal to sigma xi into probability of xi. This is the formula, right? So that means you have to multiply xi with probability of xi and sum of all. That is here, this is xi, this is p of xi. So multiply this. That is 1 upon 6. So I am writing directly here. This is 3 and 1 upon 6 plus 2 by 3. So plus 2 by 3 plus 3 by 3. I am not writing 1, right? Plus 4 by 6 and plus 2 is your answer. Now simplify this, you will get your answer. So taking 6 LCM, what we get here? This is 3 times 6 LCM. So this is 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. So this is 10, 14, 15. 15 by 2. So this is 15 by 2 plus 2. That is 19 by 2. So 19 by 2 is your proper answer. That is option A is your correct answer. So option A is correct answer. Right? Then question number 12. So question number 12 is the probability that an event A occur in a single trial. Probability that an event A occurs in a single trial of an experiment is 0.3. That is, event occurred is a success, then probability of success P is 0.3. So here given P is equal to 0.3 given, right? So if P is equal to 0.3, that is 3 by 10, then you know Q is equal to 1 minus P. So this is 7 by 10. 1 minus 3 by 10 is 7 by 10, right? In a 6 independent trial, that is n equal to 6. So also n equal to 6, right? Then single trials of the experiment are performed. What is the variance of? Question is, what is the variance of? And variance of this distribution is NPQ, that you know. So variance of x, right? So variance of x is equal to NPQ, and NPQ is, this is n equal to 6, P is 3 by 10 and Q is 7 by 10, right? So this is 21 into 6, that is 126. 20 into 6 is 120 and 1 into 6, so add 6. So 120 plus 6 is 126. So 126 divided by 100, that is answer is 1.26, and 1.26, that is option D is the correct answer. So option D is your correct answer, right? And mind well here, remember this thing, this is variance, not a probability. If this is probability, then this answer is wrong. 1.26 is wrong, right? But variance, it's okay, because range of the probability function is always between 0 to 1. So probability is never greater than 0 and never less than, never greater than 1 and never less than 0, right? Now the last question is, the probability that A speak truth is 4 by 5. That is, if we assume event A that A speak truth, then probability of A for 30, probability of A is 4 by 5. So probability of A doesn't speak truth, that is A is lie, then probability of A dash is 1 upon 5. And while the probability for B is 3 by 5, that is, if B speak truth, then probability is 3 by 5, then probability of B is equal to 3 by 5. So Same for B, that is B is liar, then or B speaks not truth, then probability of B dash is equal to 2 by 5. Right? The probability of at least one of them, that is either A speak truth, either B speak truth, either both, right? When asked to speak on an event is. So you have to find out either A speak truth, either B or both speaks truth, because given is at least one. So in this type of example, what we have to do? Find out first both are liar, then probability of both are liar, that is probability of A dash doesn't speak truth, and means intersection B doesn't speak truth, with both A and B are liar. Right? So A dash intersection B dash, and you know these events are independent event. So A dash intersection B dash is equal to probability of A dash into probability of B dash. Now probability of A dash is 1 upon 5 and B dash is 2 by 5. So answer will be 2 by 25. Right? So then the required probability that at least one of them. So probability of at least one of them. So at least one of them, I am not writing all thing, one of them, right, speak truth. At least one of them speak truth. That is the complement of this event, that is 1 minus this equal to 1 minus probability of A dash intersection B dash, that is 1 minus 2 by 25. So your answer will be 23 by 25. Your answer will be 23 by 25. That is option D is your correct answer again. So option D is your correct answer. Okay.